But yeah, like I said, I think the film took itself a little too seriously. I mean, at least the original poked fun at itself for being kind of silly at times, but I mean, I don't know. I didn't find the film to be that dark as people said. But I guess that's my opinion. But the next thing I want to talk about is more about Freddy that I didn't say in the first part. The makeup was fucking terrible. He looked like a burnt lion. At first I'd say he looks like a cat, but then when I really saw, I was like, you know what? He looked like a burnt lion, a badly burned lion. I mean, the makeup was bad. It wasn't scary. It was just ugh. It looks. I think it was some of it was CGI, if I was corrected, and I don't know. It didn't do nothing for me. They could have done a much better job with the makeup, like seriously. And I thought, I don't know. I forgot if I said this in the first part, but I thought Freddy talked too damn much. At one point, I said, "Shut the fuck up." Well, I was like, "Shut the fuck up," and because he talked too much. Too much talking, and I think they exposed him way too early in the movie. Like 5 minutes into the movie, they I don't know, they showed him too much. I mean, the original, he was in the shadows and stuff. You barely saw his face half the time, most of the movie, and this they just exposed him too much in this film. And his puns and one-liners fell flat. Like I think some of his dialogue was stupid. Like, you have nothing to worry about. This won't hurt one a little bit. And another one was, you think you could turn back time. You think you could bring back the dead. Some of it was just stupid. And they even ripped off lines from Freddy vs. Jason and Dream Masters. Like, the Dream Masters houses for a wet dream. I was like, wow. They took that right from Dream Masters. And then, this wasn't Freddy's dialogue, but they took the "Welcome, you're in my world now, bitch." That's what Nancy said towards at the end of the film, right before she killed Freddy. And then I was like, that's what they said at the end of Freddy vs. Jason. And then another thing that Freddy said was to Nancy while he had her on the bed. He was like, "Your mouth says no, but my body." No, wait, your mouth says no, but your body says yes, or something like that. They took that from Freddy vs. Jason too, and it was kind of done the same exact way, like trying to molest her or whatever. And then yeah, I was like, why are they ripping off dialogue? Like, that's so stupid. And some of the lines were reinvented in this movie, like this is God line from like the original. It said the guy's like, "Oh God," and then Freddy's like, "No, just me." It's just stupid. And then at once, Freddy's stupidest dialogue was, "I was only petting him." Like, just shut up. He talked too much. I know I keep saying that, but he did. I don't even know. And about the premises of the film and the twist, Freddy in this one is actually a child molester instead of a child killer. And I have no idea why they feel the need for a backstory and to change the story around. I mean, it's stupid. And this doesn't make sense because it leads for a lot of plot holes. Like, what was the purpose of Freddy's love? He didn't kill kids, he molested them. And another thing was, what was the purpose of the 3 little girls jumping rope? Freddy killed those kids in the original, those girls, he killed them. But in this one, they were just there to be there. There was no point to them. And another thing that left for plot hole was how the hell did Nancy and her friends not remember going to the same preschool as each other? I mean, in the backstory, Freddy lived in the boiler room under the preschool that they went to, and that's where he took them to molest them, and that's why the parents burned him. But they don't remember going to the same school together, nor do they remember Freddy molesting them, which makes no sense. Like, it didn't make sense. Another thing, the homages to the original were not done very good. One in particular, the wall scene, it felt, first of all, it was out of place in the film. I mean, they put it in at the wrong time in the film, but it looked so bad CGI. It looked like he was swimming in water or something. If you saw The Frighteners, it's kind of like that scene in The Frighteners where that thing in the walls, like, trying to come through the walls. It looks exactly like that. If you saw The Frighteners, you know what I'm talking about. Another scene that was done, it was a cop-out, was the bathtub scene with the glove comes up in the tub. It does it for like 3 seconds, and then it was done after that. In the original, he does that, and then he drags her under the water, and she's like yelling for help and stuff. It's like they just put it in there to be in there. And the body bag scene was pointless too. I mean, you see Chris being dragged away, and then in the next shot, she's standing up in the same spot. I'm like, bad editing. And then the effect of the scene did nothing. I mean, Nancy's like, I just saw Chris in a body bag, and then Kyle Gallant's character, he's like, come on, let's go. And then they just leave the school. That happened in the school. And it's like, well, what's the point of that? It had no effect to it, and it was done poorly. And Chris's death was a reinventing of Tina's death, and it was done poorly, and it was watered down. And that thing we'll get to next. The deaths in this movie sucked big time. It was just boom, you're dead, boom, you're dead, boom, you're dead. Dean, the deaths in this movie where Dean, he cuts his own, Freddy makes him cuts his throat. And then Chris's death was stupid. She's thrown around the room like a rag doll for like 3 seconds, and then he cuts her, and then she falls lightly back onto her bed. It was watered down, and it sucked compared to Tina's death in the original. I mean, the original Tina, she's like, he cuts her, she's like flying in midair, and then she's like thrown across the wall, and then she's being dragged up to the wall with all the blood, and then she falls on the bed, and then, it was just done better in the original. It was more scarier too. I mean, and then Jesse's death, he's just stabbed through the chest, and that was it. And a goof, when you see him lying on the floor, there's only a hole through his the front side of his body, but on the back there's like his back is all fine. I'm like, where's the hole through his back that he got punched through? I mean, stabbed through. I was like, oh, that's a goof right there. But and they happened so fast. Like within the first 38 minutes of the film, I counted, all 3 out of the 4 deaths occur. I was like, what the hell? Whoa, slow down. Like, spread them out. They were all too close together. Like, the first 5 minutes, Dean's killed. Like, around 27 minutes, Chris is killed. And then, around the 35-minute mark, Jesse's killed. I'm like, wait, slow down. Like, spread them out. I mean, they were all too close together, and they were done too fast. They were rushed. They lacked creativity, and they lacked imagination. And the deaths just suck, period. Same thing with the dream sequences. They were unimaginative, and they were just rushed, and there was no effect to them. They were just nothing special. I don't know. I'm just pissed off at this remake. It's just a terrible movie. You probably think I'm overreacting, or you think I'm probably a hater, but call me that if you want to, but I'm just telling the truth here, people. This was a bad movie. And I can't believe there's people that actually like this movie. I don't understand. How could people like this movie? By the end of this movie, I was like, man, the original was so better than this piece of crap. I mean, it's that bad. I mean, bad acting. Not like the original didn't have bad acting, but I mean, come on. They could have found better actors for this. The characters were boring. Poor editing, poor pacing. Freddy Krueger was not scary. His makeup sucked. The new backstory was just useless, pointless. I mean, they could have just stuck with the old original story with him being a child killer. And what was the point of changing all the characters' names? Nancy was now Nancy Holbrook. They didn't even keep her last name, but I don't know. And then they changed the names of the characters. Like, I don't know. It felt pointless to me too. But yeah, it was just overall a bad remake, and I'm so glad I didn't go to the movies to see this. I watched it online 2 days ago. I would have did the review that day, but I was busy. But yeah, this is a waste of $10 at the theaters, and I learned my lesson about going to the movies now. I'll choose my movies wisely, and I don't think I'll ever go see a Platinum Dunes remake, and nor have I in the past, thank God. But yeah, Platinum Dunes, you just stop remaking horror movies. Just stop it. You don't know what you're doing. You make bad horror remakes, and just stop it. And people out there, do yourself a favor. Don't run out and go see this. Just wait for it to come on TV, or just watch it online. But don't go to the theaters to see this, because it sucks. It just sucks.